This is the story of Maritime Singapore and MPA's role in it. A story of how MPA, working hand in hand with our stakeholders, overcame adversity to become a strategic maritime center where commerce and shipping flourish.
In the beginning, a big challenge to ensure that the new MPA had the right culture and had the right mindset. And what was the right culture and the right mindset? It could not see itself as a domestic agency.
When I got involved with MPA, one thing that struck me right from the beginning is the professionalism of the MPA management and staff. You have to look at the maritime industry in Singapore in different ways. Our seaport here depends really on our strategic location, and no one can take away this strategic location from us.
I was given instruction in August 1995 to set out the MPA, and we worked day and night to get it done. We had a good team of people working together, and I think we were quite fortunate that we worked well together, and we managed to get the MPA off the ground and operating on the 1st of February 1996.
It's one thing to have that mandate to promote, it's another thing to have the culture of the organization to link with the industry. It was a community that was always looking to expanding the space, the business, the space for collaboration, the business opportunities, the networking. And I think the teamwork is what made MPA strong. The teamwork is what makes Singapore as an international maritime center strong.
One example of how we work together that I remember quite well is during crisis, whether is it the oil spill, search and rescue operations, or our ships being hijacked by Somali pirates. It really brought out the one MPA spirit where staff from different divisions all came together, all playing their part in helping to address the crisis and the situation. Not just the frontline agencies, but even the support agencies ensure that basic things like ensuring that there's food for everyone to eat, that we are well looked after while we handle the crisis.
So we need to engage the international maritime community, we need to engage other countries to ensure that the rules which are created for international shipping is balanced. We have contributed in terms of participating in the IMO various work programs, various initiatives. We have also taken on leadership roles at the IMO. They appreciate the fact that when we put out our views and when we initiate any projects, we do so with a balanced and inclusive approach. IMO member states have taken notice of Singapore's contribution, and more importantly, I think they appreciate what Singapore has brought to the table.
I first learned that shipping is a very global business and that there are many cultures associated with the shipping industry. Hence, the way you deal with a Japanese company, a Norwegian company or a German company are very, very different. And over time, when you gain enough of their confidence and trust, then they open up to you and share with your plans, and that's where then we see how we can actually draw them into Singapore. Believe in what you do, because it is only when you believe in what you do then you have energy to press on and you will find meaning in the work that you do. The other important thing to note is that MPA officers should always work as a team. Teamwork is very important because you cheer your colleagues when they are down, and likewise when you have lots of projects on hand, collectively if you press on, you will be able to deliver the projects on time and do it well. Personally, I believe in collective strength and collective wisdom. It is only when you do things together as one, then you will be able to achieve much more than doing it alone.
So when I came in, it was Mr. Peter Ong who was chairman, and he wanted me to take on the promotional role because we both felt that that there was a possibility that we not only be very, very good regulators, but that we could also take on the task of promoting Singapore as a maritime hub, maritime center. I think it wasn't so straightforward and so easy, because if you're coming to an organization that is very much focused in a particular direction, and then to try and get everybody together, concentrate not only on what they have been doing well in the past, but also to look to the future, take on a more facilitating and promotional attitude, there have to be some changes. But the team responded tremendously well. I think the people were excited at this change. It was a new raison d'etre for them after having been together with PSA and then coming out as Regulator.
You're the regulator, you're also the promoter, you're the cheerleader, you're there when times are down, you help the industry, and I think we continue to do these things in MPA. What is important is that during this downturn, you stay trim, you stay fit, you take the opportunity to upgrade, to become more efficient than you already are, so that when the cycle comes back, you are ready to take advantage of the opportunities.
We have about 15 international shipping groups, and since then, over the course of the last 11 years, we have managed to grow that cluster to more than 130 international shipping groups. And on top of that, the cluster of maritime service providers have also grown. There are now more shipping banks, more maritime law firms with shipping practices, definitely a lot more international leading shipbrokers operating from Singapore. So in terms of the economic contributions from these growing clusters of maritime related companies, it has contributed in terms of these companies spending more in Singapore, as well as employing more people in Singapore.
The driving force behind the remarkable achievements and numerous accolades for the last 20 years is our people. We have reliable, committed, competent and talented officers. Every staff, port inspectors, VTIS operators, marine surveyors, marine officers, senior officers of operational and developmental cluster played a significant role and contributed to MPA's achievements. Moving forward, the younger officers should seize the opportunity and tap on the experience and knowledge of the older officers to scale MPA to greater heights.
We have to be forever nimble, relevant and responsive to the economic changes that's taking place. So we will always be on top of everything, and we move on from there. We learn, we train, we move on.
The journey is challenging, so I hope that you all can accept the challenge and apply what you have learned. Don't give up. So wherever any task given to you, try.
For the younger generation, since you are very well educated and then you can learn a lot, receive all the challenges, okay, then just stay in MPA, then you can see the difference now towards another 10 years, 20 years. Then you can see how knowledgeable you are to deal with all those things.
I feel honoured to be helming MPA at this critical juncture, given what it has achieved in a relatively short period of time in transforming Singapore from a global hub port to an international maritime centre. It's the fact that we have made ourselves relevant to world trade, leveraging not only on our strategic location, but the formal and informal networks of trade, finance, talent and linkages to the region and beyond. So long as we can make ourselves relevant by helping to connect goods, people, services, we will have a role to play. And MPA has a key role to play not only as a regulator, but a promoter and champion of our global hub port and international maritime centre.